edition of the Art Lewis Show. Nice to have you with us. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, we'll begin the hour talking about the Antique Festival coming to Midland, the Michigan Antique Festival. And then we will talk to Greg Therian from Stormmaster about storm damage and what to do about it. We're going to continue that conversation with Ken Buck from Buck Insurance at 11, talking about insurance for storm damage. So all of that is coming up this morning. But we begin the morning welcoming back to the program from the Moody Foundation and High Country Jumpers. We say good morning to Jacob Moody. Jacob, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
And who did you bring with you this morning?
I brought my lovely wife with me again, Jess.
Hello.
Jess. Good to see you again. I want to first start. You are involved in so many things. We need to get an overview of the Moody participation in I don't know, foundations and jumpers and all that stuff. So how many things are you involved in?
Quite a few. I own High Country Jumpers. I own Magic Mirror Michigan, which is a...
What is that?
Magic Mirror Michigan is a photo booth company. It is a subsidiary of High Country Jumpers. It was an existing company that a friend of mine owned, and she wanted out of it. And so I was like, this fits perfectly in with what I already do. So
Sure.
so I just bought her out, and I kept the name around for marketing purposes. And it was, like I said, it was an existing company, so to keep that brand around.
Yeah.
But everything runs through High Country Jumpers. And then I own Midland Roofers with my dad.
Yep.
I own High Country Marketing. I got about 12 years in marketing. 12 years. I can forget exactly when I started, but most of my marketing background is in automotive. I have a handful of automotive clients as well as RV dealers. I don't do a whole lot with that right now. It's mainly word of mouth. I just have just a couple clients that I work with on a monthly basis. Then I just bought this wintertime. I bought Northeast Outdoors.
I just heard the ad the other day.
Yeah, we're doing a rocket grab right now, trying to get the.
That's what it was.
Yeah, trying to get the season kick-started for that.
What do you
So Northeast Outdoors, we do kayak rentals on the
That's
Chippewa
what it-
River.
that's what it is.
Yeah. So we have 3 trips with that. One is from the Chippewa Nature Center down to the Tridge. The other one is from M30 to Chippewa Nature Center, and then the third one is just the whole river. So from M30 all the way down to the Tridge. So. And then, obviously, the Moody Foundation. So,
when do you see him, Jess?
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then maybe dinner time. Most of the time, 8, 9 o'clock at night.
I do try to put family first, though. Even though I'm involved in a lot of different things, I do try to make sure that I'm there for the kids, and especially for dinner
time. Is for the kids.
Yeah.
The foundation is all about the kids. The High Country Jumpers is all about the kids. So let's talk about High Country Jumpers and what it is. So in case folks out there have no idea.
Yeah, so High Country Jumpers, we are actually the largest party rental company in the Tri-Cities currently. We have a large variety of bounce houses, tables, tents, and chairs, and then, like I just said, the photo booth. We, as far as inflatables go, we have standard bounce houses. We have obstacle courses. We have a large selection of water slides as well. And then right now we do have frame tents. We do lots of different like graduation parties and weddings.
That I never would have known. I knew all about the bounce houses and the slides and all of that. I didn't know you did tables, chairs, and tents and things of that nature.
Yeah, we purchased those. This will be our 3rd season with that stuff. We cut our teeth on doing inflatables, and then the only pretty much we maxed out on inflatables. There's really not much more we could do with that. The market we live in right now. There just wasn't we're just not in a large enough market for me to really gross more with doing inflatables. So the next logical thing was, how do I expand this? And that was with doing weddings. And the only way to really increase with weddings is...
And now you have a photo booth you can bring with you.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. So the only other way to do that is with the with tents, tables, and chairs. So
How big a staff do you have? I mean, you have to have a bunch of people.
It's me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
No, we got a couple employees. We've hired a couple of them, and they're starting training and stuff like that. So ideally, we get him away from all of that, and so he can be home more and stuff with the family and whatnot.
So let's talk about the bounce houses, slides, and all of that stuff. Somebody orders them, 1, 2, 3, 10, however many you bring. Do you bring? Are your folks there to ensure the safety? Do they operate the slide to make sure everybody does it right?
So we do take care of all the setup and tear down. As far as the operational during the event, we can, but we do charge extra for that. Most of what we do is for backyard parties. So we go set up at somebody's backyard, and then we give them brief safety instructions, and then then we leave and we come back after the party and tear it back down. When we do community events, sometimes it's probably about half the time for community events that the organization that's hiring us would be like, I don't want to deal with any of this, so how much for you to stay here and man this for us? So we do that with the Loons. So we actually have a great partnership with the Loons. We do 10 to 15 games a year with them. Most of the time it's on a Sunday. They also do a block party every year for 4th of July, and we do the block party as well. But yeah, they're like, we don't have the staff, nor do we want to have volunteers man this. These are your inflatables. You know exactly what to do. We'll gladly pay you and your staff to man these and make sure that they're all safe and that the kids are safe.
That makes sense, particularly something like the Loons.
Yeah.
Where you're going to get a constant parade.
Oh yeah, the kids love them.
I bet they do. I'll bet they do. How long in advance does somebody have to order like a bounce house?
Preferably at least 2 weeks. We will take reservations up to 24 hours before. We do so for bounce houses, we do our route on the Thursday before the weekend. So anything after that, there is a $75 last minute booking fee. But if you book before that, there is no last minute booking fee. But but yeah, I mean, preferably 2 weeks ahead of time. That way we can make sure we have the proper staff and everything ready to go.
Most everything done on a weekend.
Oh,
yeah. Saturdays are our biggest days. We'll do, we probably average 12 rentals on a Saturday, and then we'll do probably 6 to 8 on a Sunday.
So let's talk for a minute. Well, I'll tell you what, I want to take a break first, but when we come back, we'll talk about some events that you do for the foundation and location, because it's changed, folks.
Oh, yeah.
So stick around as we talk to Jacob and Jess Moody. We will be back with more after these notes.
Looking to grow some
members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to...
Hi, we're back with you in studio with me is Jacob and Jess Moody. So, Jacob, part of the foundation, you do the fundraising things several times during the summer months. What is it and where is it?
Yeah, so our events are called Bounce and Bites. It's a free community event, so if you're listening to this, you're more than welcome to come on out. We put up several of our bounce houses basically for you guys to come out and enjoy. We also have food trucks, live music, and then one thing is new this year is we are moving our event. So we have been, in the years past, we have been at the corner of Patrick and Washington in Midland, but we are actually formed a great partnership with the Midland Soccer Complex, and that is where we are moving it to. And with us moving it there, we are adding an activity that the Midland Soccer Complex is doing. They have an inflatable 3v3 a soccer field, I guess you can call it.
An inflatable soccer field?
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily not necessarily a full field. It's like a border to keep the ball in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just it
outlines the field.
Yeah, yep. So they plan on putting that up for all of our events. But yeah, so our first event is on Father's Day, so June 21st. And that is our school night. And our school night is there for school sports clubs, even if you're a sport or a club that's not involved with the school. If you're just a recreational club or sport, you still sign up. It is a free booth, just an opportunity for these organizations to showcase what they do, as well as get recognition for what they do as well. I know this is the second year in a row now that I've gone through freshman orientation at Dow High, and I came across clubs that I didn't even know existed. So there's definitely clubs out there that people are not aware of. So I highly recommend clubs signing up and coming out to our event so that way people know about you, for one.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I always thought of these Bounce and Bites as fundraisers, but I hear the word free.
Oh, yeah.
How does this work?
Yeah. So we raise funds 3 different ways. One is we sell sponsorships to businesses. That is our biggest fundraiser. Our second fundraiser, part of it is that we do ask for donations at the event. And then our third is our T-shirts. So this is the second year in a row that we have partnered with the Dow High graphic design class to redesign our Bounce and Bites logo. And we basically what we do is we task the students to redesign our logo in a competition. Us board members, we choose our top 3 favorites and we put it on Facebook for the community to vote on. And at the end of 2 weeks, the logo that gets the most votes is our logo for that year, and that winner gets a $500 college scholarship. And then what we do is we put that logo on all of our marketing for the whole entire year, and we print T-shirts, and then we sell those T-shirts at our events as well to not only recuperate the cost for printing the T-shirts as well as the college scholarship, but we do make a little bit extra on top of that, and that goes back into our scholarship fund.
Okay, so we've been talking about this like everybody knows what it all is, but we haven't mentioned, at least not that I remember mentioning, the foundation, other than the fact we mentioned what it is in terms of a foundation. What does the Moody Foundation do so people understand what that money goes to?
Yeah, you're right. I don't think we've talked about that yet on this episode. So the Moody Foundation, we help families afford extracurricular activities for kids. So all school sports and clubs nowadays are all pay to play. Even as something as simple as robotics, there is an annual registration fee. When you go to these competitions, especially for robotics, sometimes there's competitions that are all the way up near Mackinac. You got to drive all the way up there, and these competitions, they start at 6 a.m. So sometimes you gotta have a hotel room, and so not every family can afford to do stuff like that. So we have scholarships. We have a scholarship application on our website that you can apply for to help alleviate some of that cost to do things like that. Especially with sports, can be very, very expensive. I know that firsthand. I have 6 kids in sports. I have 5 that play soccer, and we got 1 that plays baseball. So sports are very expensive, more so expensive than the clubs are. But like I said, everything nowadays has a cost associated to it, and we as a foundation, we don't want that cost to be a prohibitor of kids finding out what their passion is. For me, growing up, I played lots of sports. Pretty much any sport that you could think of, I tried it, and I found out my passion was soccer and football. And I ended up going to college to play football. And if it wasn't for that experience, then I don't know where I would have gone to college or what I would have studied. And so I want to be able to help out the younger generation and give them that same opportunity, regardless of what their parents' financial situation is.
Yeah, it's not just sports too, though, and stuff. Clubs, or we've had somebody ask if we'd pay for driver's training, because that's a big cost right there too. So
that's a sport when you're driving on the highways.
Absolutely. So yeah, not just sports, other things too.
And the foundation's been around how long?
We are 3 years old right now.
What made you do it?
So I had a couple years ago, I had a friend that was going through a divorce, and during the divorce, he was telling his soon-to-be ex-wife that, I'll pay for everything for the kids in exchange for no child support. And she basically turned him down and said, no, I want child support. And she turned around and told the court that even if he was going to pay for 100% of the extracurriculars, if she wasn't able to afford her half, that the kids shouldn't be allowed to do it. And so for me, that hit me hard because, like I said, I played lots of different sports growing up.
Yeah, me too.
And my friend also played lots of different sports growing up. And we played several sports together. And so I was already doing an event in the location where we originally were doing Bounce Bites. I was already doing an event there with the Midland Food Truck Festival. Who I think that dissolved. That's no longer around anymore. So basically, what I did is I took that and I merged that with the Moody Foundation and just created this event, made this event larger, and gave the event a cause instead of being a for-profit thing, made it a non-profit thing, and try to give back to my community.
And this was 3 years ago?
3 years ago when we started, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Bounce and Bites, you get a lot of people? How many come out for this typically?
Yeah, we get over 1,000 people for every event.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Our July one is definitely the most popular one because that's when everything's water. So all of our water slides are out there. We have a slip and slide as well. We will put one bounce house and one obstacle course up that is dry, just in case families don't get the memo that that it is a water event. But we definitely encourage families to come out with squirt guns or water balloons if you have them, and we won't provide those. But if you want to come on out, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, it is an absolute blast. We have, like I said, we had well over 1,000 families attend that one last year, especially like I said, it's in July, so it's one of the hottest days of the year. Come out and cool off for a couple hours, have some food, listen to some good entertainment.
They always on the same day of the week?
Yes, they're always on Sunday. So it's the third Sunday of every month: June, July, August, and September.
At what time?
1 to 5.
Yep, 1 to 5.
And no cost. Just come on out.
Yep.
You got to pay for food trucks if you want.
Well,
food.
if you want to eat.
But other than that,
yeah.
everything's free. Come on out, relax, chill. Let those kids get worn out so you can take them home, throw them in the bath, and put them to bed.
Yeah, but folks, bring cash. They're going to ask for a donation. Bring cash.
We do have signs with QR codes and stuff, so people can scan those and they can give digitally as well.
Wow, modern times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. As a foundation, we do have Cash App and PayPal. Venmo operates through PayPal, so if you try to. So when I did try to make a Venmo for the foundation, it took me directly to PayPal and asked me to create a PayPal. But Cash App operates on its own. But yeah, so we do have links to be able to donate through that if you want to do a digital donation versus cash donations.
Their website?
Yeah.
Yes, it's bounce, the word bounce, the letter N, the word bites.com.
Bounceandbites.com.
Yep.
Bounceandbites.com.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a break. Be back. Jacob and Jess Moody with us. And let me take a moment to talk about someplace you don't want to bounce on. Potholes. And there are lots of them out there. And you probably hit a few yourself. Well, if that's the case, you need to have your alignment checked on your car. And our friends at Quick Lane Freeland are offering you a complimentary alignment check. They will take your vehicle, check its alignment, let you know what they find. If you're good to go, you're on your way, no cost. They can also tell you what needs to be fixed, if anything, and they can do the repairs. It all happens at Quick Lane Freeland. And if you wonder what makes alignment so important, I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to explain that.
If your vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out, in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
And, of course, safety. It all happens at Quick Lane Freeland. Stop in for your complimentary alignment check. And remember, too, they sell all their new tires at just $5 over cost. Quick Lane Freeland is part of the McDonald Ford complex. While you're there, take a look at the new Ford lineup and also take a look at their pre-owned vehicle lot. They have a lot of them, and they're all in great shape. Stop in today. McDonald Ford, Quick Lane Freeland. Two names ready to help you with all your automotive needs in 2026. Hi, we're back with you in studio with me, Jacob Moody, and Jess, his wife, and the Moody Foundation, and a whole bunch of other things. And I noticed something in perusing the website, a car show in August. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah.
So the car show is, we did that trying to just capture a different audience to our Bounce and Bites events. And it really is. It really does split our audience, and you'll notice that when you come to our car show event. And it does bring in actually more kids too, because you'll have a lot of the people who do bring out vehicles are actually grandparents, and they'll like, hey, that's a place for me that I can showcase my car, and they'll bring their grandkids out, and the grandkids go have fun at the bounce houses. And a lot of our car show participants, they all know each other, and it's just a place for them to sit and gather and have a good time. They drink a couple beers and and they just talk while the grandkids go play and have fun.
Typically, car shows have awards categories. Do you give out awards?
We do, yes. We have a total of 5 categories. Yeah, I'm going to butcher these. I don't remember all top 5 on the top of my head.
People's Choice.
Yep, there you go.
Best muscle car, best classic car, best sports car, best custom paint job.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very good. The other thing I noticed, again, that word free comes up. It's free entry. Now, you do ask, they generously give at least $5, but that's a pittance compared to what most car show entry fees are.
Yeah, so we do not require an entry fee for the car show. We do ask for a $10 donation. Not everybody does pay a donation when they do enter, but the ones that do typically donate $50 to $100. So, yeah, they really do. The first year we did that, and I was there collecting the donations, and I almost broke down in tears because I had the first 3 people came up to me and they gave me a $100 bill, and I was like, "Oh, let me grab some change," and all 3 of them are like, "No, don't worry about it," and I'm like, "What?" So just the generosity of our community. Like I said, I almost broke down in tears, just so overwhelmed with it. And
that's a lesson to be learned from all of this, isn't it? How generous the people are in the Great Lakes Bay region.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's amazing because you think of how many nonprofits there are around.
Oh, yeah.
They're all asking for money.
Yep.
And they're all surviving. Somebody's giving them money.
Yep.
Generosity is unbelievable around here.
Absolutely.
Couple that with the fact that we've got some really big, wonderful foundations. It's not a bad place,
Yeah.
How big an area do you serve with High Country Jumpers?
With High Country Jumpers, we will serve where anybody is willing to pay our delivery fee. So,
Just like the way he thinks.
yeah. So, probably 95% of our rentals are right here in the Great Lakes Bay region. We don't really. Very rarely do we do anything in Frankenmuth, and I don't really do anything less, farther south than Frankenmuth, like Flint, Flushing area, just because there's a lot more competition down there. We do quite a bit up in Beaverton, Gladwin area. I do get quite a few calls for Houghton Lake area, and West Branch, and Au Gray area, but a lot of them just don't want to pay our delivery fee. By the time we go that far, we're talking $300, $400, $500 in delivery
particularly
fee.
In this day and age with gas and everything else,
Oh,
and
yeah.
staff you have to send. And
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. Yeah, I've always had the policy where I'm not trying to get rich off my delivery fee. I've always tried to come as close as I can to breaking even off my delivery fee. But this year I was forced to increase my delivery fee, and I adjust it every year based on what gas prices are. And this is
Oh, good luck.
yeah.
Right.
And this is the highest we've ever had our delivery fee. And a lot of people don't realize that the reason our delivery fee is quite high, because people will be like, oh well, you're only driving an hour away, why are you charging me $200 for delivery fee? Well,
Who paid for the trailer?
yeah, well
Yeah.
For the vehicle.
it's not only that. It's like, yeah, if we're driving an hour away, you got to remember we're driving that 4 times, because we got to drive from our warehouse to your house back to our warehouse. And then that's just the delivery. Then we got to do that again to go tear it down. So we have, so that's 4 hours. So that's 4 hours of labor that, I got to pay somebody to sit behind a windshield. And then you also, 4 hours of drive time. That's pretty much a tank of gas. And right now a tank of gas in our trucks is $200.
I was going to say, because your trucks aren't getting 30 miles a gallon.
No.
Yeah.
More like 10.
Yeah, especially when we have a trailer hooked up, we're
Yeah.
averaging 10 to 12 miles to the gallon. So, yeah, so it's like I said, we're not trying to get rich off of our delivery fee. We're trying to break even. But yeah, it's a lot of people don't really think about that. Like we got to make that trip 4 times, not just one time.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take our last break, and then we'll come back and finish up with our guests after these notes.
Big insurance, big pharma.
All right, we're back with you, and in studio with us, Jacob and Jess Moody from the Moody Foundation, High Country Jumpers, Midland Roofers, a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so the 21st of June will be your first Bounce and Bites for the summer.
Yes,
Typically, how many do you do in the summer?
we do 4.
4? Does that include the car show?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So these events, time again is
1 to 5.
1 to 5.
Third Sunday of those months.
No cost to get in.
Correct.
So somebody comes, and the only cost if you eat from the food trucks, obviously,
yeah.
And you do take donations.
Yep.
So, what can somebody expect to see when they get there? How is it set up?
So they can expect to see there'll be a tent with some tables and chairs underneath, so they can stay. If it does happen to rain, hopefully it never does, but if it does happen to rain, they can stay a little dry.
Mark that down. Never does rain.
Last year it did at a couple of events.
Yeah,
but
last year we got sprinkled on one of them. But yeah, so we have a tent there with special, so it has some coverage, especially from the sun. 'Cause, especially in the summertime, it gets really, really hot. We do rent the mobile band stage from the city of Midland. So, like I said, we do have live entertainment. Eric Ryden, the Unca Funk, does some blues and jazz for us. Does a great job of keeping the beat upbeat and the mood upbeat, and just keeping everything smooth and going. And then you'll see lots and lots of bounce houses. In our June event, you'll see school clubs and other organizations presenting. In August, you'll see the car show, and then in September, you'll see lots of kids in costumes, because September is our costume party. So you dust off last year's costume, or this year, if you have this year's costume already for Halloween, you can bring that on out. We do try to get Louis to come out every year. It's never a guarantee, but we do try to get him to come out. We do also try to get the Star Wars Guild to come out as well. Again, that's never a guarantee, because all this stuff is completely volunteer based. So we put out our applications to try to get those people to come on out. But like I said, it's never a guarantee. It just depends on when it lines up with their schedules, if they're able to make it out or not.
All right, so let's talk about what all the money's used for in the foundation. If a family has a youngster, they want them to participate in sports, he or she, but they can't afford it, what do they do to get your attention and to make application to you?
Yeah, so they can reach out to us directly on Facebook, the Moody Foundation, or they can go directly to our website, bounceandbites.com. There is a scholarship application directly on our website. It will ask for proof of income as well as proof of residency, and then proof of the expense that they're asking for. Currently, we do only serve Midland County. We are hoping to expand next year to serve one of the other surrounding counties that we have. We're just trying right now. We're just trying to get Midland County set up where it's something that is perpetual. We don't have to worry about it a whole lot before we expand out into another county. But like I said, right now we do currently serve Midland County. But yeah, everything is completely digital. You can do it right on our website. Then once you apply, we do get a notification, and then we discuss it at our next board meeting. And then when if our board agrees that that you qualify and we approve you, then you'll be notified. And we do pay the organization you're trying to be involved in. We do pay the organization directly.
It's it really is. It's kind of a unique opportunity. I've not heard anybody else doing something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some organizations, they have their own scholarship funds. Like the Midland Soccer Club, they have their own scholarship fund. We actually helped out with them this year, where we took all the really low income applicants to their scholarship fund. They turned them over to us and had them apply with us. We actually helped a total of 9 kids, 8 different families. We helped them play soccer this springtime. But there's not, as far as I'm aware of, I'm not aware of any other organization that helps pretty much all organizations. Each organization has their own scholarship fund, but nobody helps all different organizations.
And the other business we really haven't talked about today, Midland Roofing.
Yeah.
He smiles.
I say our phones have been ringing off the hook the last couple
really?
of
No
days.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with all those storms we had.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a lot of them. I know Freeland got some hail.
Yep.
So there's a very small strip of the Freeland Saginaw area that got hail. I heard it was if you were just north of MBS, you got hail, but if you're just south of MBS, you did not.
We were sitting in a restaurant in Bay City near a window on the water on the river, and for about 2 or 3 minutes, some hail fell. It wasn't big, but it was hail.
Yeah.
You looked at it and went, ooh.
Yeah.
At that time. Don't
Yep.
need that.
No.
Yep.
Well, listen, guys, I wish you well. Again, June 21st is the first of their Bounce and Bites events. And again, tell everybody where it is.
Midland Soccer Complex in Midland.
Disregard the website address, folks, until they
Yeah.
fix it.
Yes. Yeah, the website is currently wrong. I do need to get on there, and hopefully I can get on there today and fix that. But yes, we will be at Midland Soccer Complex. Follow us on Facebook, the Moody Foundation. That is where all of our up-to-date information will be.
Yep.
All right. Jacob, always good to see you.
Hey.
Jess, good to
Thank
see
you.
Thanks for coming in today.
It's always a pleasure, Art. Thank you.
Jacob and Jess Moody, and we thank them for joining us. We thank you for joining us. Next hour, we're going to start out talking to Matt Eden from the Michigan Antique Festival, and then we're going to turn our attention to Stormmaster and our good buddy Gene Therian. All coming up on WSGW.
Gotta go.
All right, we're heading up toward the top of the hour in news from CBS, the National and International Report. Michael Percha in the WSGW newsroom will fill you in on the region and the state. And then we will be back with lots more after that here on WSGW. I'm Art Lewis. Talk to you then.
Broadcasting from the